Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Keeneland Racecourse here on Toyota Bluegrass Day here on Saturday. It is April the 9th, 2016. I'm going to look at all the stakes races. Before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections. I'm going to look at all the stakes races 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We have a lot of them to get to. I know there's a Big Apple Bluegrass pick for. I will have a ticket for that on my Twitter account at Horse Racing Kid 5. So if you want that, you have to go to Twitter, unfortunately. But it's a great card of racing here on the second day of the meet. They did get some rain yesterday, so I kind of fell asleep early, so I didn't see how much rain. So hopefully it's the turf race. I know the Shakertown's on the turf. Hopefully that stays on. If not, go to my Twitter account to get the change to get my updated main track only pick, so just remember that. So let's get on to it. Race number 6 from Keeneland is the 79th edition of the Central Bank Ashland Grade 1. Purse $500,000 for 3-year-olds. We have 5 horses traveling the distance of 1 mile and 1/16. A mile and a 16th. And my top selection, I'm going to go doing a dollar exact box here. I'm going to go 3-4. There's not a lot you could do with a 3-4 here, but because it's a 1-to-1 over 3-to-1. Unless you do like a $20 exact box that way, that's how you're gonna make your money. But there are 2 horses that look very hard to beat. I would go 2 deep here in pick 5 or pick 6 sequence. But number 3, Catherine Sophia, even money favorite for Javier Castellano. Last time out at Gulfstream Park in 1 mile in the Devona Dale, won easily by 7 lengths. Won just so easy. Start 4 that was in forward gala at 7 furlongs at Gulfstream Park, won by 5.5 lengths, and that was the lowest margin of victory this horse had. The highest margin was 16.25 lengths at Laurel back in December. This horse going around 2 turns for the first time. That's a bit of a question here. I do like this horse here a lot. Been training pretty good. So going to put that horse on my ticket with the 4-horse Rachel's Valentina out of Bernardini. The dam Rachel Alexander, of course. Last time out with Florent Giroux at 3-1. Last time out ran a Keeneland mile 16th in the Breeze Cup Juvenile Fillies. Finished second by 5.75 lengths behind Songbird, who was a winner of her next start out. Who's actually undefeated. Who's actually running today in Southern California and San Diego Oaks, I believe. This horse finished second by 5.25 lengths, was second all throughout, just really couldn't get the winner that day. That was the horse's first start around 2 turns. Then at Saratoga, 7 furlongs and a spin away, won by a length, really ran really well. And then broke her maiden by 2 lengths, going 3/4 of a mile, 1,200 meters at Saratoga. Looks like she could run really well. Biggest question is layoff. I think this horse has been training good enough to really possibly win here. So to recap my bets for race number 6 from Keeneland, it's the Central Bank Ashland. Gonna go with an exacta box here with a 3-4. I'm gonna play for $10. It's gonna cost you $20 to play this one. So now let's get on to race number 7. I forgot what race it is. The 7th race from Keeneland is the 30th edition of the Commonwealth. Grade 3 purse $250,000 for 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 10 horses traveling the distance of 7 furlongs. 7 furlongs are traveling. And my top selection here is going to be the 2-horse, number 2, Ready for Rye, 7-2. Again, I don't want to pick the favorite. It's 3.5 to 1, but I'm not sure if this horse is the favorite. But I don't like picking horses that low in odds. But if the horse is going to win, you have to pick it. Going to key that horse on top for a superfecta here. Going to go 2 with the 1-4-5-9 for 10-cent super. It's going to cost you $2.40. I might also play an exacta the same way. That would cost you $4 for a $1 minimum base wager. Number 2, Ready for Rye, Tom Alpetrani for Javier Castellano. Last time out, ran at Gulfstream Park, 6.5 in the Gulfstream Park Sprint. Finished third by 2.75 lengths that day. This horse had a good third place finish. Was 3 wide at the turn. Wasn't catching XY Jet, who after that start, I believe, went to Dubai and finished second, a very game second that day in Dubai. Then the last start of last year was actually October 31st here at Keeneland, 5.5 furlongs in the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. This horse finished 7th by 7 lengths. Had the lead early that day, but was weakening towards the end. I think this horse will do better here on the dirt. The distance shouldn't be a problem. 3-1 over the 7 furlong distance. 1 win, 2 thirds. Last win came in at Belmont, September the 13th, 6 furlongs off turf in the Allied Forces overnight 6. Won by 4 3/4 lengths. Got a 104 by speed figure. So very good horse here. So gonna go with this one. So So recap my bets for the Commonwealth Stakes from Keeneland. Race number 7. Gonna go with 2 horse. Gonna do a superfecta key here. 2 with the 1, 4, 5, 9 for 10 cents. Could cost you $2.40. So now let's get on to race number 8. The 8th race from Keeneland is the 20th edition of the Shakertown. Grade 2, purse $200,000 for 3 rolls and upwards. Field of 12 horses is always a wide open race here. You always have some really good horses. 5.5 furlongs on the turf. The turf will have some moisture in it. If it's firm, I'll be shocked. But 5.5. And my top selection here is going to be the 1 horse. Number 1, Power Alert, the Australian bred horse. Going to key that horse on top of a ticket here. Going to go for a superfecta here. Going to go 1 with a 3, 4, 10, 12 for 10 cents. This will cost you $2.40. If you want to play the superfecta, it's going to cost you $4 about. But number 1, Power Alert, Julian Leperoux, 3-1. Brian Lynch trains this 6-year-old gelding, reported as a gelding on the 5th of September of 2012. But last time out in the Silks Run Stakes for $75,000 at Gulfstream Park, 5 furlongs on the 12th of March, won by 3/4 of length. Didn't get the lead early, but got the lead in mid-race and just was clear at the 3/16th pole and really ran his heart out. Then at Gulfstream Park, 5 furlongs on February the 6th, Gulfstream Park Turf Run, won by neck that day and really ran a very good race. He held his own that day. And then first start of the year was in the Turf Dash Tampa Bay Downs, finished second by 3/4 of a length. That was the horse's first start since July, so give this horse a little bit of a break basically for that start. I really like this horse here a lot. Since this horse has come over to America, he's been excelling, probably with the help of Lasix, of course. But, this horse should really do well. Has 1 start over this turf course last opening weekend last season in the Shakertown. This horse finished 4th on a waterlogged turf course, more towards it was a good turf course, more towards a heavy turf course. It had so much water in it. This horse finished 4th. The winner, Something Extra, is coming back to run in this race in 3rd place. Finished undrafted as running back. He's just weakening that day. I'm gonna go with this one. Another horse, undrafted, who won at Royal Ascot, is running back in this race. There's certain I really like the horse undrafted, really do. This 6-year-old gelding also, but I have him on my ticket. I think today his Keeneland record's not that good on the turf. 2-0, 1 3rd place finish, but I think this horse will need a race. That's what I personally think, to really get back into the running. I guess this race will be probably the prep race. Probably go to the turf sprint at Churchill on Derby Day, and then go take this horse to the Diamond Jubilee at Ascot in June. Because he did really well with Frank Hittori winning at Ascot. But it's going to be on my superfecta and my exacta. Not a top pick here today. I think the horse will need a race. So recap my bets for the 8th race, the Shakertown from Keeneland here on the Bluegrass Day. Gonna go with the 1 horse. Gonna do a superfecta key 1 with the 3, 4, 10, 12 for a 10-cent super. It's gonna cost you $2.40. $4 if you want to play the exacta the same way. So now let's get on to race number 9. The 9th race from Keeneland is the 15th running of the Madison. Grade 1 purse $300,000 for fillies, mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. We have a field of 13 horses, and this race, a lot of people were just saying on Twitter this race could be a Breeders' Cup race, and yes, it can be. It's a wide open race. Traveling 7 furlongs here. I went a few deep in this race. I'm going to do actually a bigger exacta here. I'm going to go actually with the 12 horse. Defending Breeders' Cup Distaff winner. Stop Charging Weir. Hasn't started since that day. Going to key that horse on top of exacta, or maybe even a what do you call it, exacta or a superfecta ticket. See, but gonna go 12 with the 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. The exacta should cost you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It should cost you about $5 to play this exacta. I think the superfecta should cost you $6 or $12. I think $6, but I might be wrong. But number 12, Stop Charging Maria, 7-2. Todd Pletcher for this 5-year-old mare. And the Breeders' Cup Distaff won by a neck, but there was some bumping in this stretch, but she held on. Had a lot of money on this horse that day, so I'm glad this horse won. Then at Saratoga Mile on the 8th, August 29th in Personal Ensign. Finished 4th by 3 1/4 lengths that day. He was just weakening in the stretch that day. Was on the lead all throughout, but the track didn't play towards leaders that day for some reason. And then the Shuvi Stakes at Saratoga won by length. This horse won the Dew Point Distaff at Pimlico last season and finished second in this race last season also. I really like this horse here. The 7 furlong distance shouldn't be a problem. 2-0 at it, two second place finishes. So yeah, this horse, just the layoff is a little scary, but I think this horse will really run well here today. So to recap my bets for the Madison, race number 9 from Keeneland Racecourse, going to go with the 12 horse, Stop Charging Maria. Going to do an exacta key 12 with the 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. I'm also going to play a superfecta key the same way. So now let's get on to today's feature race, the 10th race from Keeneland. The 92nd edition of the Toyota Bluegrass, Grade 1, purse $1 million for 3-year-olds. We have a field of 16 3-year-olds. 15 and 16 are also eligible, so if one of the horses scratch, they're going to come in. But so most likely a field of 14 horses going to the gate for the Toyota Bluegrass, a mile in the 8th. And I'm going to do a 3-horse exacta box here. Going to go 4, 6, 7. I will probably use all 3 of them in the pick 4 sequence with that Aqueduct pick 4 sequence, and maybe I'm not sure if I'm going to just play the pick 4 sequence at the New York Bluegrass sequence, or I'm going to play. I'm not sure if I'm going to just play that, or I'm going to play the Keeneland pick 4 sequence also. I know there's a few guarantees, but I'm going to go for, like I said, I'm going to go 4, 6, 7 here. Number 4, Zulu, 5-2, Javier Castellano for Todd Pletcher. Castellano on this one for the first time. John Velasquez rode this one last few starts. Velasquez is actually riding Outwork in the Wood Memorial. But last time out, this horse ran at Gulfstream Park, mile 16th in Fountain of Youth. Finished second by 2 1/4 lengths behind Mo Himmin. And, he wasn't catching Mo Himmin, who ran his heart out. That was the horse's first start around 2 turns today. I think this horse will be ready today. He's getting blinkers on for the first time, so keep that in mind. Then an optional 7-5 claimer, 9 winners won at Gulfstream Park on the slop 7 furlongs. January the 15th, won by 7 1/4 lengths, and put on a show that day, drew up easy. So if we do have a sloppy track, this horse will, going off that start, he should really do well here. And then Gulfstream Park, first career start, main special weight back in December the 5th, won by 2 lengths on the lead all throughout, and just drew off clear. Zulu, very good horse on a lot of people's top 10 Derby lists. I don't have a Derby top 10 list because I just think there's. I made a pact about 2 years ago. I'm not making those anymore because I'm usually wrong. So I'm just gonna, when the Derby PPs come out, I'm just gonna look at them, watch the replays, and then I'm gonna give you a top 10 list of the horses that are in the gate. But so I'm gonna go put this 4-horse Zulu on my ticket also for my exacta key or my exacta box, and also my pick 4 ticket. I'm also gonna go with the 6-horse Brody's Cause, 4-1 for Luis Saez. Last time out in the Tampa Bay Derby, this horse had a horrible trip. Finished 7th by 12.5 lengths. I think he needed a race that day. It was bumped on the inside. Got close. Got the closest this horse got to the lead was 9 lengths off, basically, and then just dropped back after that. Then Keeneland on mile 16th, October the 31st, and Breeze Cup Juvenile finished there by 2 3/4 lengths behind Nyquist and Swipe. He was really closing up for a 3rd place finish. If this horse closes today, that's why I think I have him for a 2nd place. If he could upset, he could do really good too. Has a win over the surface in the Breeders' Futurity. So I think this horse really do well. So is your closer for sure at a Giants Causeway and Stormcat. So gonna go with this one. I'm also gonna put the 7-horse Lobin on my ticket for Eric Gouliet, who trains this one. Gouliet, something like that. Pronunciation of some words, it's just horrendous. For Jose Lescano, 12-1. This horse is still a maiden. Last time out in the Gotham at Aqueduct, mile 16th, March 5th. Finished second by 1 1/4 lengths. Was on the lead all throughout. And this horse kind of reminds me of like Moreno kind of horse, sets pace. This horse could go wide or wide tomorrow. And then the Sham at January 9th at San Anita 1 mile. The horse finished 3rd by 2 3/4 lengths. This horse just it was a decent 3rd place finish. But, this horse was 4 wide into the stretch, in tight, but getting up there for 3rd was decent. And like I said, the main special weight at Low Sal finished 2nd. The horse has never won. Has been training decently. A 6-furlong workout, Low Sal, and 1:11-1. The best workout at 7, and a 5-furlong workout, 1:01-1. The 5th best out of 12. So I'm gonna go with this one. So my bets for the 10th race from Keeneland is the Toyota Bluegrass. Gonna go with the 4, 6, 7 exacta box here. For $1, it's gonna cost $6. I'm probably gonna play them all 3 of these horses in the pick in the pick 4 sequence or pick 5 sequence, whatever I have. You can find that pick 4 sequence ticket on my Twitter account at HorseRacingKid5. So good luck to all. Follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5 for more selections, and good luck, everybody.